crimson blaze. A vampire lord was swift and fell. He carves his path through empire's hell. Oh, Keith on Keith with eyes like flame, the empire quakes at his dread name. Through cannons roar and muskets light, he dances death in endless light.
Okay, well, here we go. Took the vampires. Thanks, Jack Black, for the intro there. The vampires to another friendly 3-game tournament, and led by Vlad von Keith. There he is on his zombie dragon. So we've got Heinrich Kemmler, who's riding the Mortis engine with the Scepter Noir, so he can raise twice, Ruby Ring and Crown of the Damned. And then Vlad, this time, he's got a great weapon, the Armour of Meteoric Iron and Talisman of Protection. So he's quite tanky. He can take a cannonball to the face, hopefully. We'll find out. A White Lord Battle Standard Bearer, just so I can re-roll those raising rolls. And I've maxed out here on ghouls, not quite. I've got 4 units of ghouls with a ghast in each of the units. A couple of units of dire wolves and the zombies. I'm hoping to raise my zombies up to a unit of 40. And the Blood Knights, they're my crutch, the Blood Knights are at the moment, with the Drakenhof banner, so unit of 8. So we'll see how we go. And round 1, we're up against the Bretonians, so there's a picture from round 1. Okay, so let's get on to the battle. Okay, so round 1, we were up against Bretonians. I'll just give you a quick summary here. I did attack on the right flank with the Blood Knights, and they've swung around behind him now. And Vlad has gone over the top through a couple of units. And towards the end of the battle, he got his Hippogriff general into Heinrich Kemmler on the Mortis engine, but he failed to kill him. And then Vlad's just running around killing champions again and wiping out units. And the zombies did well and held a charge for quite a few turns. And so it was a victory over the Bretonians in round 1. Alright, so then round 2, we're up against a Night Goblin horde, a literal horde of squigs and big units of 12, squig hoppers and so on, and Night Goblin shamans and big bosses. And the big thing is here, a huge unit of 36 spider riders with the spider banner. Now, I've tried this. I've got a unit of 20 that I've put the spider banner on, and they promptly failed terror and ran off the table. And then another game, I was too scared to put them in anywhere because they'd let me down and run off the table in terror before. So a huge unit of 36 doing poison on 5+ with the spider banner. So we'll see if we can deal with them. Well, that'll be interesting. So that's the deployment. Huge unit of Night Goblins in the middle, and I've just got some wolves, etc. on one flank, and then I've stacked that other flank with Vlad and the Blood Knights, and I'm just going to try and get stuck into the Spider Riders and terrorise them off the table, hopefully. I think they're at the moment they're slightly out of his general's command range, maybe, or something. Anyway, they're going to have to do a terror test on leadership 5 or 6 or something. So I'm hoping that's the way I'm going to deal with them. There's my dogs advancing up one flank, and I'm just avoiding the huge unit with all the little characters in there, and I'm just going to go for it on that flank with Vlad and the Blood Knights. So there you are. So Vlad and the Blood Knights have just gone straight forward, and the mistake I made here was putting the Blood Knights in debuff range and not being in dispel range. So we got all these debuffs off on the Blood Knights, Itchy Nuisance and everything. So that was a big mistake, because I played Goblins, and I know it's nice when someone moves up into Itchy Nuisance range. So the Blood Knights got totally debuffed, and then I thought, Vlad can handle this. He can handle the 36 poison shots. And after all that, the Blood Knights are going to be debuffed. And Vlad takes 7 wounds, so he nearly kills Vlad on turn 1 with the just the volley fire from the Spider Riders. So there's Vlad taking 7 wounds. He's got 2 wounds left. So in my turn, I'll heal 3 wounds back off him. So that was handy. But the Blood Knights are going to have to go in there. And the Blood Knights have got caused terror because of supernatural horror on the champion. And of course, the Spider Riders pass their terror test, stand and shoot, and they murder most of the Blood Knights. So my left flank, my attack, I was a little bit overconfident here. Only 4 Blood Knights made it in, and they're debuffed. And he gets all those poison attacks from the front rank, the spiders in support along the front rank, so like 18 attacks or something. And at the end of the combat, I've lost my Blood Knights. I lost a lot of Blood Knights on the way in. There they are. They passed their restraint test, I think. I can't remember. I think, and the next turn they go impetuous and charge into Vlad. But anyway, I've lost my crutch. The Blood Knights are gone. So I'm definitely going to have to get my little spiders out. But I tell you, if I put my spiders out there, they would just run off in terror. And then my ghouls are struggling with the squeak hoppers, so they're not very effective. Skirmishers on skirmishers, the squeak hoppers are just murdering the ghouls. I did okay with the ghouls later on, but there's Vlad. He's got 4 wounds left, but he's going to fall to the impetuous Spider Riders. So this is a horrible defeat here. I've lost my Blood Knights. I'm going to lose Vlad. And now I'm just going to throw ghouls and direwolves in front of the spiders there just to keep them occupied. Try and salvage something, but I've got no combat left. And in the end, these spiders get into the zombies as well, so they're going to kill all them. So they've killed the Blood Knights and Vlad, and they're going to finish off the zombies. So at the end of the game, I've just got Heinrich hiding there, zapping things. So it's a pretty heavy loss versus the Night Goblins. We were a little bit overconfident, I think. So it was a good game, good learning experience for me that Spider Riders, even though I did rate them, but I just hadn't had any luck with them. So I might have to dig them out again. But just having them run off in terror leaves me, I've got post-terror derangement syndrome, I think, that the Spider Riders are going to run off in terror. But anyway, they can't reroll terror or anything, so I might give them another go. Stay tuned. I got 20. I've got a couple of bosses that I could boost them up a bit maybe. Anyway, it was a good game. Good humbling experience for Vlad and the Blood Knights. Alright, so that was round 2. I lost versus the Night Goblins, and then round 3, just playing a newer player with these Bretonian army. And it was a good fun game, just mainly a teaching game. I think it was only about his 5th game of Old World. But he had a pretty decent Bretonian list with the usual Peg Knights, etc. His Trebuchet blew up. So he rolled a lot of double ones and ones for the misfire table for the Trebuchet and so on. Trebuchet trying to drop bombs on me, etc. Peg Knights swirling around, and I was being aggressive with the ghouls, with putting Van Hells on them and souping them up. And you did get the Blood Knights down to about 2 Blood Knights left, and then I just raised them all back up. So the crutch of the Blood Knights really saved me in this game. And the ghouls beating up knights, but those ghouls did okay, but the other ones just got beat up by knights. And he had a hero on a hippogriff. Anyway, I think we ran out of time in the end. We're having so much fun, and we called it a draw. He might have been on top, actually, even at the end. The only thing that kept me in it was keeping the Blood Knights alive. So, had 3 good games, and I learnt a lot about Spider Riders, so I might give them another go, but as I said, I'm a bit worried about terror, because it's happened to me before, but have to be careful with them. Vlad will be resurrected, and we can always pop another vampire on top of the dragon for next time. So that's it. The vampires will go up on the shelf for a while. I might get the orcs and goblins out for the next few games. We'll see what happens. All right, thanks for watching. Bye for now.
The battlefield said
the troops are in line. General Creaky's feeling mighty fine. The dice hit the table, they start to fall. Snake Eyes stare back and he's lost it all.
Oh, Creaky rolls, the cannons fail. The cavalry panics, the soldiers bail. Every time he's feeling gold, their luck just leaves him cold.